How to handle a woman who hurts you. Stoic advice for moving on. Stoicism explained opening scene, calm and composed tone. Life often presents us with challenges, especially in relationships. We may trust, love, and give our all, only to be hurt. But what if I told you that the key to moving on is not revenge, anger, or regret, but wisdom, self-control, and emotional resilience? Today, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy can help you deal with heartbreak and emerge stronger than ever. Segment 1. Understanding the pain. Introduce the idea that pain is inevitable in life and relationships. Mention how emotions like anger, sadness, and resentment are natural but shouldn't control us. Quote Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Explain that while someone else's actions may hurt us, our reaction is within our control. Segment 2. Accepting reality. Amor fati, love your fate. Define amor fati, the Stoic principle of embracing life as it is. Explain how resisting reality only causes more suffering. Use an example of a man who clings to a failed relationship and how it prevents him from growing. Encourage the audience to accept the situation as it is and not as they wish it to be. Segment 3. Detachment and emotional control. Introduce the concept of dichotomy of control from Epictetus. Highlight the difference between what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and what we cannot, other people's actions, their feelings. Give an example. If she left, that was her choice, not something you can change, but your response is within your control. Share practical steps to detach emotionally without becoming cold-hearted. Segment 4. Turning pain into strength. Explain the idea of turning the obstacle into the way. Marcus Aurelius. Discuss how pain can be a teacher rather than a destroyer. Encourage using heartbreak as motivation for self-improvement, fitness, career, self-discipline, or creative pursuits. Segment 5. Practicing gratitude and moving forward. Talk about how gratitude shifts the focus from loss to lessons learned. Encourage making peace with the past and letting go of resentment. End with Seneca's wisdom. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Inspire the audience to view this experience as a stepping stone rather than a setback. Segment 6. Understanding the pain. Heartbreak is universal. Everyone experiences it at some point, and it is a part of life. Emotions are temporary. Feelings of anger, sadness, and resentment are natural, but they are just visitors. Quote Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Storytelling. Example. Imagine a man who spends weeks overanalyzing why she left. Instead of healing, he's stuck in a loop. Stoicism teaches us to break free from this cycle. Segment 7. Accepting reality. Amor fati, love your fate. Amor fati defined, accept and love whatever happens because resisting reality only increases suffering. Analogy. A river flows forward. It doesn't try to reverse its course. Life should be the same. Example. If she left, it's part of your story. Accept it instead of resisting it. Exercise. Write down what happened, then write, "This is not happening to me, but for me." Segment 8. Detachment and emotional control. Dichotomy of control. Focus only on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and release what you can't, her actions, feelings. Practical steps for detachment. Reduce emotional triggers. Stop checking her social media. Meditate on impermanence. Everything changes and that's okay. Redirect energy into self-improvement. Quote from Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Segment 9. Turning pain into strength. Obstacle is the way. Every hardship can be used as a stepping stone to greatness. Example. Many successful men turn their heartbreak into motivation. Mindset shift. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "How can I grow from this?" Practical exercise. Start a project or set a challenge that fuels growth. Fitness, career, art. Segment 10. Practicing gratitude and moving forward. Shift from loss to lessons. Instead of focusing on what was lost, focus on what was gained. Example, every failed relationship teaches you something valuable. End with Seneca's wisdom. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Gratitude practice. Write down 3 things this experience taught you. Segment 11. Avoiding the trap of bitterness. Resentment is poison. Holding on to bitterness only harms you. Story. A man who holds on to anger wastes years of his life dwelling on the past. Forgiveness as strength. Forgiveness is not for her, it's for you. Practical advice. Write a letter forgiving her, then burn it. Let go. Segment 12. Mastering your emotions like a Stoic. Emotional regulation techniques, deep breathing exercises, journaling thoughts instead of reacting to them, practicing stillness, sitting in silence and observing thoughts without attachment. Quote, "He who controls his emotions is stronger than he who conquers a city." Segment 13. Cultivating inner peace, ataraxia, tranquility. Definition of ataraxia, a state of inner peace, free from distress. Steps to achieve it: stop seeking validation from others. Simplify your life. Reduce emotional clutter. Meditate on impermanence. Realizing everything fades helps you appreciate the present. Segment 14. Building a stronger, wiser. You use pain as a catalyst. Every hardship makes you wiser and stronger. Redefine yourself. This is your chance to become the best version of yourself. Practical steps. Read more philosophy and wisdom texts. Cultivate self-discipline through daily habits. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Segment 15. The power of self-sufficiency. Happiness should not depend on others. True contentment comes from within. Example, a Stoic does not seek validation from others but finds fulfillment in his own actions. Quote, "A wise man is content with himself, even in solitude." Final advice, focus on becoming whole on your own, so future relationships are built from abundance, not neediness. Segment 16. Learning to love again without fear. Trusting again after hurt. Just because one person hurt you doesn't mean love isn't real. Healthy approach to future relationships. Enter relationships with awareness, not blind trust. Love without attachment. Appreciate without clinging. Seneca's wisdom. If you wish to be loved, love. Segment 17. Final words of encouragement. You are not defined by this experience. Heartbreak does not define you. Your response does. The best revenge is success, not by proving anything to her, but by living a fulfilled life. Closing words. Pain is part of life, but suffering is optional. The way forward isn't bitterness or regret. It's wisdom, strength, and self-growth. Let go, move forward, and live a life that makes you proud. Because at the end of the day, the best revenge is not revenge, it's success, peace, and happiness.